This is Ian Lamont, author of Excel Basics in 30 Minutes, and I'm going to show you how to create a simple bar chart in Excel for Mac to help tame a messy spreadsheet like this one. And this is pretty typical, I think. You get a spreadsheet or a CSV containing all this data, and you just want to make it easier to kind of pull out the main takeaways here. And in my case, the main takeaways is this column right here, which shows kind of total sales, and then also the name of the product. Okay, all this other information, I don't really need that. So I just want to call out in a bar chart the title of the product and the total sales, which is in column K. This is the way that I would approach doing it using a very easy feature in Excel for Mac to make charts. So the first thing to do is actually kind of get the data in the place where it's easier to manipulate. So right now, the sales data is in column K. I want to move that over to kind of between column B and C. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select, right click over it, and then select cut. And then I'm going to highlight column C. And on the home tab, you'll see there's a button that says insert, a little drop down. So click on that and then select insert cut cells. So what happens was it just basically took column K and moved it over here. So that's what I want, because now I have the product name and the total sales right next to each other. And then I can do the next step, which is basically setting it up so it looks like it's like a bar chart. One thing I want to do first is I can see that these numbers, these are actually dollar figures, but it's being just shown as an ordinary number. So one thing I'm going to do first is make sure that this column is formatted as dollar. So I just highlighted the column, I'm selecting dollar, so that looks better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change actually this column's name to total sales, and this one to title. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the two top cells here in row 1, and then use the arrow key to select all of the data in those two columns. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to insert, and then you'll see that there's something that says recommended charts. And there's also these little kind of icons for different types of charts. So like column chart, that might be a good option. So I'm going to select that. And let's just take the option that says 3D column. And that's kind of looks pretty good. So I just want to call your attention to something. So first of all, it shows in the value axis, it shows that the dollar figure for each one of the titles. Then it shows the bar representing the value, and then it shows the titles here. And what it's done is it's made it kind of diagonal looking. And the reason why it does this is because it's too long to make it kind of either fit horizontally or even vertically. So Excel automatically puts it in this 45-degree angle. One thing I might want to do later on actually is redo the chart and just rename all of these items to a short version of the product. That way it would fit in a little bit easier. The other thing you can do if you want is you can start to format this in different ways. So right now it's formatted dark blue. There's a very easy way to change things. You can select these drop downs in chart design. So I'm going to pull this out, and let's say I want to use this version. So it's kind of made it a little bit more math looking, like there's a grid going on there. You can change the colors using the palette. So let's say I want to change it to orange. Actually, that didn't seem to work. All right, so that changed it to a different color. Everything looks green. Maybe I could, fiddle around until I find a color design that I like. Looks like it's kind of favoring these darker ones. Maybe if I go down here, what happens when I do this? Okay, so this is all purple, for instance. But basically, that's the way to set up a very simple bar chart in Excel for Mac. If this video helped, please take a moment to like it and follow me, and I'll see you next time.